What's up, guys? Welcome back. It is time to get into our third week of action right here on the Mettlestate Pro Series. And of course, one nice addition that we have today is we have a standing sheet. So we're going to jump into the standing sheet just to get a rough idea of where the teams are coming into today. And after which we'll, of course, be jumping straight up into our first match, which would be seeing us heading straight over in towards Erangel. So without further ado, here we are moving straight up into the leaderboard. As we can see, currently we have the players there from Influence Rage sitting right up in that pole position on a very comfortable 98 points. We got G3 Temp, of course, right behind them, only trailing behind by 5 points. Then, of course, Blackjack sitting up onto that 78-point position, of course, over in towards third place. So definitely quite a few interesting positions we have with the teams here. So we're going to be watching to see what everyone is going to bring to the table as they make their way through our first match here today. And of course, there is going to be quite a bit of an exciting day, as this is our second to last week of gameplay. Next week, of course, will be the finals to determine who is going to be crowned our winners for this 9th season. So definitely quite a few expectations coming straight up into this. And as we can see, of course, well, we're going to be jumping into that match in a short few moments. So be sure to tell me, who do you think is going to be the team to bring home those winner chicken dinners? Who's going to be the team to duke it out and, of course, end up right at the top as we now get ready to move on into our first match. Just a lot of gunshots going off all over the place. Got a few seconds remaining on the clock. So definitely it's going to be an interesting day to see whether or not we'll have any major movement coming in on the leaderboard. Of course, now looking back to our previous few weeks, we've seen a winner chicken dinner come in from the side there of Team Unique. We also had a winner chicken dinner come in from Influence Rage in the first week with 11 kills. Unique, of course, finishing up on 13. The players there from the DROGON finishing also with the chicken dinner with 4 kills. And 4KT bringing in the final chicken on our last match. And of course, last week, we saw the players from Influence Rage bringing in a back-to-back winner chicken dinner. The first one being on Erangel, the second being on a Murmur. And of course, for the third game, NiBBLE brought one in as well with a nice 6-point finish. And then the last match, G3 Temper stepped up and just went to town with a 21-kill finish. Absolutely insane stuff we saw on the board. But of course, as we now get ready to move in, you can see our flight path coming in all the way from that Sosnovka military island, heading straight up in towards the north there, just east of Zaki. So definitely a more western flight path we have here. Curious to see where the teams are going to be dropping down. And of course, what's also quite important is to see where that first initial zone is going to be forming, as that plays quite a big role in how the teams are going to be moving in and around the map. So now the flight path has disappeared. Let's see where the players are going to be heading. And of course, we see quite a few standard drops coming out. We have the players there from Unique as well as Young Thunder heading straight up in towards... Is that Young Thunder or is it UAE? Alright, UAE. They're heading straight on over in towards the Sosnovka military island. It's already a little point of contention, starting things off for us. But now we wait in anticipation to see what that first initial zone is going to be doing. We're having a fairly decent spread with the teams coming in to this first initial match. But that ever important zone is yet to appear, yet to pop up on screen. But of course, give me your predictions while we wait to see what the players will have to work with. As now it centers up quite beautifully right over into that centralized portion of the zone. Rozok already looking pretty hot and heated, as we do have a bit of contention coming in there. The players coming in from the outsiders. Seems like they've changed their tag somewhat. But of course, they're just holding on. They have a little bit of contention. The players there from Ultra 6 just hanging around in the vicinity. Meanwhile, down over on towards that Sosnovka island, things could get pretty hot and heated fairly early on, as we now jump straight over onto the players here from UAE to see what they're going to bring in with those rotations. Right, so here we go. Slow, steady approach back up onto the zone. Heading back up onto that main island. Meanwhile, over in towards Rozhok. Got the players here from the outsiders now just moving through Ultra 6 right here alongside them, sharing the space. And I'm curious to see how the teams are going to approach this match. Will we see a little bit of an aggressive play coming through, or will it be a slight bit more of a passive start? There's several points of potential action to come on through. One being right up here in towards Rozhok. And then we see the players from UAE who just had rotating off of that military island, now getting chased down. But in the meanwhile, we do see Mojo. They're from Ultra 6 getting taken right on down. Some beautiful sprays. Finding its way right across towards him. Very isolated rotation, in fact, coming in here from Mojo. Ooh, down he goes. The rest of the team nowhere really inside, as we can see them a little bit further over towards that eastern side. So it makes it quite comfortable now for the outsiders to move in, secure the position. We see the side there of G3 now also starting to move up in towards that Watertown position. Gun, of course, fairly spread out a little bit further down onto the coastline. So now comes that quiet before the storm. So we look to see what the teams are going to bring in with these first few initial rotations. Ooh. Squizzy coming into the few shots there. The suppressed Rolly coming in. Unfortunately, we don't see the side of NiBBLE holding up in towards Yasnaya. They've actually gone for a slight bit of a different approach. Not quite sure even. Oh, they went all the way up in towards North George. So it just comes to show if that zone, that flight path is a little bit different. The teams definitely start changing things up. But we are seeing a nice bit of a convergence. Now coming closer in towards that Pachinki point. And of course, just on the outlying region, we in fact have the players here from Your Killer Is, or Young Thunder rather, now looking to make a bit of a push. Oh, there we go. The sprays coming in. The TheComfyCartel just up ahead. And now we see the aggression starting to come on through as one IQ is trying to make a 200 IQ play. Superior already taking quite a bit of damage. Unfortunately, not getting knocked out just yet. But now it is up to 1 IQ to just hold on to this compound for the time being. Curious to see what the players here from the TheComfyCartel are going to be doing. Will we see them get aggressive and look to close up the fight? Oh, nice shot coming straight on through as 1 IQ gets taken right on down. You see Lala and Ko now looking to move on in. Down goes Superior. It is now up to Ungodly and Nico to make the final stand. Oh, the shots still continuing to fly and in a little bit of a jump shot action. Oh, nicely done. Down they go. And Nico just clutching it out there for his team. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Great way to close up the engagement. And sending the players there from TheComfyCartel right back up into the lobby. So as we've seen, the TheComfyCartel, they've been having a bit of a tough run. Currently sitting down in 15th position with only 17 total points. And out of those 17 points, 13 of those points are kill points. So definitely a little bit of a struggle with regards to those placement points. But it is something they can improve on as they move through the matches. And hopefully that is exactly what we'll see as we progress into our remaining 3 games left here today. Got the players here from G3 also now just moving through, just a little bit north of that Pachinki position. Just looking to explore a slight tad bit, but of course right up ahead of them, we do have the players there from Blackjack Gun also just holding in their very split rotation for the current moment. Not going to be looking to move in just yet. They're looking to play this one as best they can. So I'm curious to see at what point Gun is going to start to condense that split they've got. We do see Short Boy And Go now moving up over on towards Bounds. And Nerf Me just holding that angle on the outlying region there, just over towards the east of the Pachinki Fields. But of course, as we can see, it is a slow, steady approach back up into the zone, as we do have that blue zone now starting to close on in. But of course, no points of contention just yet. Pressure is definitely starting to mount as the teams are getting closer and closer together. And as we move into this next phase, the next zone shift, I believe that is where we're going to be seeing quite a bit of aggression potentially coming through from the teams. As we've got a few interesting positions already in the mix, the teams now looking to set themselves up in anticipation of this next phase. As we can see, the map, of course, still looking pretty tight. Nice bit of spread across the board. Of course, now still waiting to see what that rotation will bring in from the players of Team Unknown. We have them all the way down over towards the Novo crates. So without a doubt, they will have to bring in that rotation, reposition themselves back up on towards the main island. But meanwhile, we do see the players actually from Influence Rage creeping rather closer to that position over in towards Rozak, where we do see the players from the outsiders. But we have Hainsley and Co now get aggressive as they make their way in. Index, Inspector, as well as Sully already positioned towards the north, right behind the warehouse. So Index now just scanning the vicinity, looking to see if we can find anything. Meanwhile, we do have the players from the outsiders getting a little bit split. They do have a 1-3 split happening at the moment. With Godsend, we can see on that mini-map just positioned up ahead. Could potentially get a little bit of a rush coming towards him. There we go, Godsend now quickly jumping on the buggy, or rather on the motorbike, trying to reposition. Is he going to try and send it all the way back to the rest of his team? Meanwhile, Index keeping a very watchful eye. You see the players from the outsiders, of course, now just spread out up ahead. The majority of the team sitting over on towards that eastern side as Inspector and the rest of the players here from Influence Rage now start making their way forward, getting up onto the roofs, looking to get some high ground positioning, some high ground play. But of course, the shots still finding their way on through as Godsend is actually sending the hit straight in towards Influence now. So good distraction. This could open the door for the rest of the players here from the outsiders actually to come in with that rotation over on towards the eastern side, pushing closer to Influence Rage. Currently, the outsiders are sitting right down in 16th position. So whichever points they can find, they definitely need to try and push for them. So slow, steady approach coming in from Influence. Not looking to get overly aggressive just yet. They are playing it a little bit cautious. Scouting all the possibilities. But a good play coming in here from the outsiders now as they've gone for a 2-2 split instead of that 3-1 split. So some good reinforcements coming in for the side of the outsiders, but will they be able to make that work in their favor? As we do see the players here from Influence now disengaging, trying to rotate a little bit further around over on towards that western front. Sully now just following this rotation alongside Index as they get ready to move up, but the sprays come through. Oh, who's gonna get it? Oh, nice aggressive rush. The outsiders get taken down. It is now up to the remaining players here for the outsiders to try and hold strong as Glazeboy is now completely isolated from the rest of his team. I don't think he'll be able to get much done. But we do see a slight bit of reinforcement now heading up in towards his direction. Of course, he is still getting contested for this position. Down he goes And Influence now finds a beautiful shot right up in towards him. Up comes the remaining players here from the Outsiders, now looking to move on through. Ainsley comes in with a confirm. Down goes Glassboy. The Inspector, of course, just up ahead. Meanwhile, Ainsley is just enjoying some of the loot. Inspector now keeping a very watchful eye. Quickly getting those meds right back on in to push that health bar right into the most ideal position. Well, close to ideal, 75%. The Outsiders now need to make a decision. Are they going to try and disengage from this, or are they going to try and hang around and risk it all? It seems like they're making a call for that quick disengage as they now head further down south, trying to reposition up in it towards the zone. The zone itself, of course, now just heading further down in towards the south. Oh, and the Outsiders, of course, are starting to run right up alongside G3. We do have Blackjack now rotating out of the position over in towards Pachinki, but the Outsiders still trying to find that position as they now make their way on in. Quite a few shots now heading straight up into their direction. Fortunately for them, they managed to evade the majority of the damage. But it is going to be a pretty risky play for them, whichever way they try. As you can see, of course, on the map, it is looking so tough for them. So some decent positions being occupied once again. We do see the players there from the Rogots all the way down over in towards that ferry pier position. Meanwhile, the Outsiders still looking for that position, trying to find that angle, which they can secure a decent play for the next few phases. You see NiBBLE now, about to receive that rotation. But will they jump at the opportunity? Nico there from Young Thunder, of course, just up ahead as well. But here we go now. NiBBLE getting ready to move in and getting ready to push. Meanwhile, Influence, 4KT, also getting into a little bit of an exchange up in the north, as we saw just on the edge of that Rozhok Hill. There we go. Inspector, of course, now getting knocked right on down. Index looking to hold strong, pushing up against the side of 4KT. Pronto right up atop the hill. But will we see those shots come through? Index now quickly just recovering some health. We do have Ainsley rather looking to reposition. Oh, but the shots come in. Down goes Index. It is up to Sully and Ainsley now to make that final call. Here we go, Sully now just quickly falling back. Reinforcing that position here alongside Ainsley. They're going to be leaving Inspector behind. It's going to be a little bit too much of a risky play to try and get that res in. Meanwhile, the Outsiders are still just looking to hold on to their compound. Will they be able to secure it? Quite a bit of a contention coming in here, as we do see the side of Young Thunder as well as NiBBLE, Sincerity, and then also Blackjack just holding in the vicinity. So it's going to be a pretty tough play for the Outsiders if they are looking to hold on to this compound. There we go. Inspector, of course, now just getting run right on over. The sacrificial lamb for the side there of 4KT. Do you have a few sneaky shots rather getting sent on through here from the side of Blackjack? Just trying to put a little bit of damage up into the vehicles, so the Outsiders can't sneak out with those rotations. Sincerity has also been reduced down to only 2 remaining hopefuls. That, of course, being Respect and Rogue Baby. Oh, but here we go. We have those shots coming straight up in towards Respect. Rogue now trying to make a quick rotation on through. The shots are coming in from the Outsiders. Rogue's back tire gets popped right on down. The shots come in. Will it be enough? Rogue just trying to hold on for dear life. The Blackjack up on the hill is making it so difficult. And up comes the spray from Cheddar, closing it up for Sincerity as they get sent right back up into the lobby. Of course, now having a quick look at the map, we can see that zone has sent it up right onto the edge of that coastline. The western side now looking to become quite contested. We still have quite a few teams hanging around in the vicinity. So we can see the side of the outsiders still just off in the distance. NiBBLE now also quickly trying to make their own rotation. Trying to wrap around and get back up in towards the zone. We, of course, have them positioned over on towards that western side. But it seems like they're going for a more southern approach. Trying to relocate. Trying to move up into safety. But it is going to be a pretty tricky rotation, whichever way around they try to get it done. As we can see, that zone does have a little bit of an opening over on towards that southwestern side. But if they rotate too far in, they will definitely find themselves running into Young Thunder, as well as several other teams positioned just up ahead. So definitely going to be looking to see whether or not those rotations are going to be cautious or aggressive. Also, just up ahead, we do have the players there from Gun, of course, now getting straight up into the fight with the side of Unknown. Let's see if we can jump straight into the action. So Gun currently split up a slight, but we do have Riot now just holding up ahead onto the compound. Plaza, of course, right here on the edge, looking to get quite aggressive. Already 2 knocks being sent right into the side of Unknown. Will Plaza now be able to close it up, bring in those first points? A little bit of fishing up in the smokes, finds the first shot into Xaver. Oh, nice defensive shots coming through as Unknown look to retain their position in the zone. But of course, it is now down to Spiky Boy and Riot. So Spiky Boy out in the open. Plaza just missing on the opportunity there. But he's getting ready to move up. Nice coverage, nice support coming in from the rest of the side of Gun. Plaza now just trying to creep his way in. Curious to see what the rest of the team is going to be doing. Will they show that support by pushing up into this position? Because currently Plaza is completely isolated from the rest of his team. Meanwhile, we do have Spiky Boy moving himself closer and closer to that position. Riot also now just holding that off-angle cover. Now it is just a waiting game. You see all the intentions here from Unknown focused on it to Plaza. So this would be the ideal moment for the rest of the Gun squad actually to rush in and move right up on towards Riot. Not quite sure why they're playing this so passive. Could have been a beautiful opportunity there to get an easy squad wipe. There we go, come on. Oh, Unknown puts a bit of a spray on through over towards Plaza. That zone, of course, now shifting up once again, centering right up on this position. So definitely quite curious to see what the plays are going to be and who's going to try and move in. As we can see, that zone sitting all the way down over in towards the southeastern side. We do have a little bit of a rotation coming in from that western side. Several teams are rushing straight on through. We got the players here, of course, from Gorilla Glue now making a quick rush. Heading in right over on towards that western front. But will we see them rotate all the way through right up alongside the side of Gun? Oh, it is going to be a pretty risky call. And of course, now Gun still just holding on to their position, not moving out just yet. This, of course, allows the players here from Gorilla Glue now just to sneak in. Find that position. Oh, Plaza out in the open. Beautiful shot getting straight on through, causing quite a bit of damage. Fortunately, Plaza wasn't hit in the head, so he is able to fall back. But of course, another hit comes in from Rose straight over into Pounds. Some great shooting coming in from Rogue, but will they now be able to secure this position? They still have to go up against Plaza, who is providing an extra potential bit of threat there to them. You have the players from Unknown also caught in their own bit of a struggle as we see the side of Influence now moving up. Hainsley getting knocked out right in the process. Sully now quickly just falling back. Gorilla Glue still just looking to hold on. Will they be able to close it up? So many teams now in the vicinity. NiBBLE, of course, just up ahead over on towards that western front. Meanwhile, Unknown still looking to move in. Right here on the front line, though. Will they be able to close it up? Come on, it is going to be such a close call. So Unknown being reduced down to only one. It is now up to Spiky Boy to try and make the final stand for the team. Meanwhile, we do still see the players here from Gorilla Glue keeping a very watchful eye on the rest of the lobby. Gun, of course, now is going to try and jump at any and every opportunity they can to just put those shots in. So many teams now looking to squeeze on in. Rose still now coming up with that M24. Once again, sends the shots over towards NiBBLE. Of course, we still have Rilla holding just over on towards this eastern side. Or rather, Plaza. I'm not quite sure why I said Rilla, but hey, either way, there we are, there we are. 4KT now also just trying to make a quick dash up in towards the zone, but we see quite a bit of contention now coming up in towards that more northern region. As we see in the kill feed, of course, the players there from... Oh, never mind. It is so quick. It is so fast. G3 now getting caught up in their own little fight up in towards this northwestern side. 4KT just up ahead. Gun not too far away either. Ultra 6 now also just looking to hold on to that position. The zone shifting up once again. 4KT getting taken right on down. G3 going to be looking to push in. Got a few moments left on the clock. Of course, a minute and about 25 seconds or so still remains as we move elsewhere. You can see the players here from Gun now looking to strengthen their hold over on towards this western side. See the side of G3 just up ahead, still trying to push on in. G3 now starting to make a bit of a run for it. Blackjack also just barely in the zone. Ultra 6 still in the mix, trying to push in. Oh, but of course we see the hits flying in their direction, making it quite difficult for them to find a secure position. Plaza 6 now trying to put in those hits, of course repositioning himself, rotating right back up to the rest of the team. Making it quite difficult here now for the side of Ultra 6. You can see the shots coming through straight on towards Mullins, taking quite a bit of damage. Miyaki also still trying to hold on for dear life, keeping a very watchful eye on the outsiders. But head after head, shot after shot continues to fly on through. The players here from NiBBLE also now just holding on for dear life right on the southern edge of that phase. Ultra 6, of course, still not trying to move on through, heading in the direction of G3, but also trying to get their butts back up in it towards the zone. They have to try and push right past the side there of Gun if they have any hope, any dream of securing a decent position within the zone. NiBBLE, of course, also now trying to make their way on through to get ready to push. Miyaki gets taken right on down. It is now up to the Mullins to make that final stand for Ultra 6. Will he be able to hold on? I see the outsiders also now still trying to push on in. NiBBLE getting ready to move up. We got Light now making a quick dash forward as he comes flying in with a motorbike. Flying right past the side here of NiBBLE. Evading most of the damage for the time being. But for how long will he be able to hold on? Just barely scraping through. The shots come in. Takes quite a bit of damage. NiBBLE right here alongside him. Down he goes. Nukes finds the finishing blow. Well done. Well played. Of course, G3 still going to be looking to make their own bit of magic happen. Up in it towards the north. But as we head further down in it towards the south, we can see the players here, of course, now from the side of Gorilla Glue. Looking to push in. Looking to secure that position, that play. But will they be able to get it done? We got the players here from Unknown, of course, also looking to hold on strong. Oh, a little bit of a cheeky shot coming in. Unknown down to only Spiky Boy still as they look to push back in. It's a zone. They do have a little bit of opposition. but it is fairly spread out for the time being. Gonna be looking to pick up those hits. The players here from Gorilla Glue also now looking to make a bit of a play. We do have Rona taking a little bit of damage. J Roller not too far away either, but we still see the players there from Lag now, or rather Undisputed AE, holding just over on towards this eastern side. So it is going to be quite a tricky play for them to try and secure that position back up in towards zone. Unknown Spiky Boy, as we can see down in the bottom right, still trying to make that dash. Trying to get that position all the way back on in. J Roller keeping a very watchful eye on the side of Undisputed AE. But of course, the shots come through. He is forced to disengage, get back up into hard cover. Ro now just stepping up, looking to put the shot straight up into Ace. Finds the hits, but of course gets knocked out in turn. Quick reactions. Spiky Boy gets taken right on down. G3 now. Moving in from that northern possession, but up comes J Roller, finds the shots back up into Ace once again. This time getting the confirm, or rather the knock. Ro now slowly bleeding out as that blue zone is making its way on in. Oh, takes quite a bit of damage, and with that gun pounds, finds the finishing blow, sending him right back up into the lobby. Now, of course, it is up to G3 and the 3 other remaining teams to try and move on in. The Drogons, of course, being one of those. G3 gun. And then we have another team. Ooh, that is Bumblebee all the way hiding out over on towards that far off angle. So it is going to be quite a bit of a challenge to get back up in towards that zone. But of course, a beautiful grenade are getting sent straight on up on towards the shroom here. So he can take it right on down. Buren now quickly trying to retaliate in those efforts. Gunner now looking to get quite aggressive as they get ready to move on through. The shots come in. Buren goes down and G3 get eliminated. Gunner definitely going to be looking to push up for that winner chicken dinner. Will it be their first winner chicken dinner? Seen a pretty strong performance come in from Gun, coming into today, sitting up in that 4th position. 40 kills, only 20 positional points. Yet again, coming in with quite a bit of a bang. 13 kills already on the board. You do see Dan and Shaky Boy, the 2 remaining hopefuls for the side here of the Drogons up ahead. Down goes Shaky Boy. It is up to Dan. Up comes Plaza with the rush, and he brings it home. Gets the winner chicken dinner. And of course, a beautiful finish for the side of Gun as they close it up with a very impressive 15 kills. Absolutely insane stuff. What a way to start off this 3rd week. An absolutely phenomenal gameplay. But of course, we have the players there from Drogon securing themselves a very decent 2nd position. Unfortunately, only 1 kill, but they came into this match with only a 3-man team. It's a beautiful effort there from them. We see the players from UAE also securing themselves a 3rd position with 2 kills on the board. G3 coming in into that 4th position, finishing off on 5 kills. We do have the players, of course, coming in from Gorilla Glue taking 5th. Finishing off on 3 kills. We do have Team Unknown over in 6th place on 2 kills. We got NiBBLE Odyssey securing 7th with 3 kills. Influence Rage finishing up in 8th place, also then on 5 kills. The Outsiders coming into 9th, sitting on 2. Blackjack comes into 10th place with 6 kills on the board. Ultra 6 bringing in 11th with 1 kill. 4KT finishing in 12th place with 6. Got the players there from Young Thunder coming in to that 13th place with 4 kills on the board. The Rogods taking 14th. We got the players there, of course, from Sincerity finishing up in 15th. And then we have the players coming in from TheComfyCartel, the first team back into the lobby. But at least they were able to acquire 1 kill in their efforts. And what a way it is to start that first match. But of course, next up, we are going to be ready to move right over into some Miramar action. So be sure to stay tuned. And of course, we'll be back with the action in a short few minutes. So see you after the break. What's up, guys? Welcome back. It is time to move in to our second match of the day. Of course, we're going to be heading straight up in towards Miramar. But before the break, we saw the players there from Gun actually bringing in their first winner chicken dinner so far in the Season 9 for Pro Series. So quite a bit of an excitement happening here as we look to see who's going to be the next team to come in with those winner chicken dinners. Because if we look back to our previous 2 weeks, this was, of course, the match in which we saw the players from Influence Rage bringing in that victory in both matches. So we do have some high expectations, of course, moving up into this match, looking to see whether or not it will be a repeat of the previous weeks, or could we potentially see another team stepping up, claiming the victory, claiming that winner chicken dinner. Of course, we're about to start the match as soon as Mr. Zeus, there we go, jumps into his spot. And we head straight on into the action. But of course, as per usual, be sure to give me your predictions in the chat. Let me know, who do you think is going to be the team to bring home that winner chicken dinner in our first match here over on towards Miramar. And well, as we've seen, the players there from Influence, they've brought in an 11-point finish in the first Miramar map. Of course, coming into that second one, they got only 4 kills. So will we see an improvement come in from that? Of course, our highest kill chicken dinner we've had so far was at the hand of G3 in our match of just last week, the final closing game on week 2. And of course, Gun finishing off pretty strong in this last match on those 15 kills. So we've got some high expectations, but we haven't really seen any major insane kill counts come in on Miramar. I think the highest we've seen so far was, of course, at the hand of Influence Rage with 11 kills. I might be speaking under correction, but of course, that's what I've got. That's what I've written down. So we'll see what is going to happen as we now get ready to move in to our second game, heading straight up in towards the flight path. And of course, well, here we are, right back on to the map. We can see it starting all the way over in towards Torre Ahumada, up in towards that far north, heading straight up in the direction there of Los Higos. So fairly decent flight path to start the match off. But of course, now we're curious to see where exactly the teams are going to be dropping down and where that first initial zone is going to be forming. Of course, now the team's trying to get a little bit of practice in, as we do have the lovely PMCO Africa right around the corner. Only a few more weeks to go before the action starts. We can see who's going to be the team to bring in, rather represented for the Africa season. That starts in exactly 2 weeks from now. So who do you think is going to be repping in the Africa region? Of course, we know a few of these teams are participating in the PMCO Africa. Slime 4KT being the players getting the lovely dub at the end there. But will they have a repeat again in Season 2 of PMCO Africa? Of course, now this is a good bit of training ground, practice ground, if you could call it that, for the teams to kind of try and just figure out what they stand to get when they move up into that Season 2. Meanwhile, the teams, of course, going for some pretty usual drop locations. Nothing too out of the ordinary, of course, nothing too overly aggressive. You see the players there from Ultra 6 all the way up in the north, heading over in towards that La Cobreria region. You've got the players there also from Gorilla Glue, with a little bit of a split drop in and around that water treatment kind of region. But again, nothing too out of the ordinary. So curious to see where that first zone is going to be taking us, and it heads all the way over on towards that far western side. So definitely going to be forcing a few rotations up in towards El Paso. So you can see it is quite open. Strangely enough, we see the players there from Gun also not going for the usual spot, moving up in towards Minas Generales instead of that Monte Nuevo position. And of course, had they gone for that, they would have had a beautiful setup, smack dab center zone. We of course now already have Wonder there from the DROGON, looking to explore, looking to see if there is any Gun team over in that Monte Nuevo position. But definitely it is going to take a little bit of time before these teams start getting into any major engagements. As you can see, they are fairly spread out. So I'm curious to see now who's going to be the first team to bring in, or rather to start the snowball effect of aggression. So we got G3, we got the Outsiders, as well as the players there from Gorilla Glue, positioned up on towards that northeastern side of the zone. We can see that rotation come through from Ultra 6 as well, pushing further up in towards La Cabrera. Young Thunder, a little bit of a split drop there, just on the outskirts, that southern edge of Los Leones. The players there from Unknown, of course, Team Unknown rather, just up ahead of them. Sincerity also with a bit of a split drop in and around that Puerto Pareso region. The Drogons actually pushing all the way over in towards Val del Mar. Chumacera, we can see the players there from 4KT now holding strong. So definitely a few interesting rotations still to come through from this. No idea who's going to be the team to start it off. Bring in the first bit of aggression. Of course, we got 62 players still alive. I don't think we've lost anyone just yet. Alright, so we did start off with only 62. Usually we've got 63 players in the lobby. All 16 teams, of course, represented in this match. And as we saw coming into today, there was quite a bit of a gap coming in to that lower end of the leaderboard. As we know, a few teams from Pro Series are going to remain in Pro Series. Our bottom 4 teams, of course, looking to be relegated. And coming into today, that was looking to be the side of Undisputed AE, Sincerity, TheComfyCartel, as well as the Outsiders. But of course, that is not the updated results. Alright, so once the updated results are out, I'll take you through those. You can also be sure to go check it out on the Mettlestate website itself. So be sure to head on through if you are curious. Of course, as of right now, because the scores are still being updated. So it will only reflect what we had starting the day off. We do see, however, the players are starting to move on in. We do have a little bit of a move coming in there from the players from the team of TheComfyCartel. See them now just positioned north of 4KT. 4KT, of course, still just holding the ground down below. Staying in Chumacera as long as they can. But no major rotations really making its way into this map just yet. Alright, so slow, steady approach coming in. I'm curious to see, though, definitely who's going to be the team to bring the winner chicken dinner home. As we know, we do have a few teams that prefer Miramar over the other maps. And if we look back to what we had on our last visit on Miramar, we can, of course, see that... well, the last time on Miramar, NiBBLE actually brought in that winner chicken dinner with Gorilla Glue finishing up in 2nd place. Blackjack taking 3rd. Ultra 6 finishing in 4th. Gun in 5th. 4KT in 6th place. And the Drogons finishing up in 7th place. But at the current point in time, I think it's still pretty much anyone's game, as there are no clear decisive maneuvers coming in just yet. Everyone's still just playing the zone, waiting to see when the blue zone is going to start closing in. And of course, it starts within the next 10 seconds or so. But then the big wait comes. As that next zone pops on in, is it going to go north? Is it going to go south? Is it going to continue west? Well, is Broly going to get his vehicle out? Well, the answer is yes for now. But of course, now it's going to be a slow, steady approach back up into this next few phases. Actually, we do have the players all the way up in towards the north. That being the side of Gorilla Glue. They're pretty close to Ultra 6 in Miramar terms, which means they're still quite far away. But let's see what is going to happen as we look over towards the players here from Gorilla Glue now. Looking to rotate back up in towards a little bit more of a centralized position. Right up ahead of them, we can see the players there from the Drogons. You'll see that in a short few moments. I can show you the map. So NiBBLE all the way positioned over in towards their Torre Ahumada position, slowly making their way up in towards zone. Influence Rage now, just disengaging, or rather rotating out of Al-Azhar. With the outsiders just making their way up in towards zone. UAE also just coming in on that eastern side. Gun heading in as well. So as you can see, we've got quite a few rotations now actually starting to head up in towards zone. I'm curious to see whether or not anyone's going to try and move in towards Picado, as Blackjack has now already just moved from that. But a little further south, we actually see the players there from Young Thunder starting to move in right behind 4KT. They're going to potentially try and sneak right past them. And could maybe be moving up in towards La Dralera. See if we can jump into that rotation they've got coming through. Right, so here we go. 1 IQ. We're trying to move on in. Oh, we've got a little bit of a lag bug thingy. What? Here we go. It's working back up again. Ooh, but the Rogons, they've got Gorilla Glue moving in behind them. The outsiders also just looking to hold on to their own position up in towards that eastern side. With Influence now hot on their heels. But I think potentially maybe El Pozo could be quite the point of aggression here. As you can see, Zeke, J, Roller, and Coco now just rolling right on through. Okay, so they're sticking to that western rotational path, and a team unknown actually. Let's see if we can get up into a little bit of that action, as that south is looking to get quite congested. So many teams in the vicinity, actually. The players here from Team Unique are just making that rush on in. Right up ahead, we can see, of course, Blackjack. Ooh, Zane just on the receiving side there. Alright, so no engagements coming through just yet. But as they move on in, they find themselves in a pretty tricky spot. I'm curious to see what Zane is going to be doing. Is he going to try and move in, bring in a bit of a pincer maneuver? It is going to be tough, seeing that he is completely isolated from the rest of the team. So it is a 1-3 split. But we can see Whisker now just moving himself up a little bit further. So now it is kind of evolving into a 1-1-2 split. But UAE also creeping their way on in. Getting a little bit closer. A few shots now starting to fly on through. Zay now just quickly trying to disengage from this way off angle. Got to be careful of those posts. So there we go. Riot actually taking a little bit of damage in the process. Nothing too major just yet, but we got the players here, of course, now from the side of the TheComfyCartel. Looking to get a little bit aggressive towards 4KT. Here we go. True. Coming in with a car 98 shot. Inspector actually sends the shots over on towards... Ooh. On towards NiBBLE. Broly, meanwhile, getting knocked right on down. So not seeing any major rush coming in from the side of 4KT. Meanwhile, NiBBLE still trying to get their butts out of that danger zone. G3 now finding a quick few shots over on towards the players there from the Rogue Gods. Oh, but here we go. The shots coming up straight in towards Con. That zone, of course, now shifting up once again, heading further south. But Con not being too worried about that at the current moment. He is more worried about getting up behind the rock. And rightly so, as he wants to try and stay in this match as long as they possibly can. They've already tasted victory once before on Murmur right here in Pro Series last week. But will we see NiBBLE now continue with that momentum, bring in yet another victory? Inspector with a beautiful shot straight up into Con. Down he goes. Now it is up to Nukes and Vindog to try and secure it for the rest of the team. They're also going to start contending with that blue zone in a short few moments. Meanwhile, we have the players from Gorilla Glue just making their way still along that eastern side, western side rather. Oh, there we go. Nukes finds a quick hit. As you can see, it's a pretty difficult terrain to be fighting on, but Nuke's actually getting right up into the business there of influence. But up they come, making their own little bit of a rush. Oh, will Nukes be able to close it out? No, his vehicle gets exploded, and Index puts the pain right on in. It is up to Vindok now to try and secure the play for the rest of his team as they continue to push on through, looking to gain that position back up in towards zone, but now coming in with a little bit more of an eastern rotation. Meanwhile, we do have the players from G3, of course, now just positioned right on that more centralized portion. A little bit over on towards the north, maybe. I'm curious to see what exactly they're going to bring in. They've now moved themselves up a little bit closer towards the players there from the Rogue Gods. Center zone is looking pretty hot and heated. So many teams in pretty close proximity. Curious to see where the action is going to be coming from, though, as we have all the teams pretty well set up. No one having to wonder or worry about that blue zone closing in on them. But Sincerity and Young Thunder are facing their own bit of a challenge down below. Here we go, Sneak now starting to push up the hills. Got these M249 in hand. Looking to put that LMG to do some good use. The spray and pray. Oh, here we go. The first shot's now starting to fly on in. But of course, now Sneak getting hit with an off-angle hit. Nice spread coming in here from Young Thunder as they make their way up the hill. Looking to show a little bit of dominance onto Sincerity. Sincerity already being reduced down to only 3 is up to Aimbot, Sneak. And of course the side of Respect to hold on. To make the dream work. Oh, this is going to be a pretty tough position for Sincerity to get up onto. You can see the players here now from Young Thunder. Very well set up. Not having too much to worry about just yet. Meanwhile, we do have the players, of course, all from Gorilla Glue, looking to find a little bit of an aggression over on towards the team there from Ultra 6. But up comes Adonis, looking to move in. We do have Respect just up ahead, and we see a slight bit of a disengage action coming in from the players here of Young Thunder as they get ready to reposition themselves a little bit better up in towards the zone as we now jump over on towards the players here from Ultra 6. We can see Miyagi keeping a very watchful eye on the players here from Gorilla Glue down below. Ro now just trying to rotate his way on through as well. Looking to bring in a few more M24 shots. But it is going to be a rather tricky position to play from. Just looking at where they are positioned over on towards that far western side. Alright, so we'll keep our eye on that fight. Meanwhile, we do have the players here from the Rogue Gods, of course, now looking to move up. We do have G3 just up ahead. We saw a quick shot, of course, coming in from the players there of Gun over on towards the Drogon. So that happening in a more centralized position in the zone. Gun, of course, rotating straight up in towards Monte Nuevo. But meanwhile, we're going to wait and see what the Rogue Gods have in store for us. G3 to spread out up ahead of them. The blue zone slowly starting to make its way on in. It is almost completely closed up. They will have our third phase popping straight on through. So Hunter just patiently waiting for G3 to stroll up into the scope. It is a little bit of a risky waiting game. So not really being able to find the most ideal angles just yet. As we can see the zone, of course, now once again shifting right back up in towards that northeastern side. There's quite a few teams looking to move in from the southwest. We've got Gun, we've got the Drogons, we've got 4KT, we've got the players there from TheComfyCartel, we've got the players from Gorilla Glue, Young Thunder, Sincerity. It is definitely gonna be... Wow, I can't speak English today. Let me try that one again. It is definitely gonna be a very tough position to try and control, especially looking at just the sheer numbers rotating in it towards that southern edge. But of course, now quickly jumping over on towards G3, we can see them pushing over towards the team here from Influence Rage. Already finding that first knock, but will they now be able to close it up? We've got the grenades getting sent on N6. Guys, is looking to push up. Takes a little bit of damage, but down he goes. Getting knocked right on out. It is now up to Flacco, Shroom, and Buden to push on in. The shots come through. Index now looking to push up as well. Will he be able to get it done? Cooking up the grenade. Will he send it over? Oh, here it goes. Oh, nice. Sully actually finds the head. Oh, beautiful grenade now getting sent back and forth. Index sending yet another one across. Will it find the point? Shroom now just patiently waiting, sending out the smoke grenades. Broly coming in with a few more sprays of his own. Meanwhile, off in the distance. Here we go. Shroom now holding on. Flacco is down. Buden also still up and ready to fight. Quick reposition. Down they go, though. Beautiful hits coming in from the side of Influence. Just on the money with the shots. Meanwhile, the players here, of course, from the side of the TheComfyCartel are going to be looking to retain a little bit of control over on towards this more southern angle. We do have the players here from 4KT, of course, just up ahead of them. But now this is where the zone gets especially difficult. Like these words I'm using today. What? Can I please get an F in the chat? For me. This sucks! But either way, here we go. True, and the players here now gonna be looking to hold on. Lala also keeping a very watchful eye there. 4KT just up ahead. A lot of searching, a lot of scanning. Oh, but up comes the Drogons as well now, just moving in over on towards that eastern side. Lala already just scoping up into that direction. So the TheComfyCartel just looking to hold on. You can see the Drogons are just up ahead of them. 4KT also just holding on towards that eastern side. That zone, meanwhile, getting pretty jam-packed. Quite a bit of congestion now coming in. As we can see teams moving up from all directions. And indeed, we do have the players here from Gorilla Glue actually getting right down and aggressive. Putting the spray over towards Young Thunder. Young Thunder now being put on a slight bit of a back foot as they are trying to hold on to the edge of the zone. We can see one IQ now quickly trying to rush on in. Young Thunder just up ahead. There's going to be a little bit of a risky rotation, but of course he does have his teammate Adonis just up ahead. So some good anchor points being set up. The shots now come through. Adonis trying to get the spray on in. Up comes the players there from Gorilla Glue as well, looking to push on in and looking to get down to business. Oh, there we go. Shots heading straight up into Coco. Adonis quickly finding that cheeky shot, that cheeky bit of spray. But it is now up to Ro and the rest of the team up ahead for the side of Gorilla Glue to hold on if they want to stay in this match. And of course, it is looking pretty tough. They have smoked it up, but you can see several players just positioned off in the distance. The players there from Influence Rage being one of the teams looking to put the spray, the pain right on in. As Young Thunder tries their best to get up in towards the zone. Of course, now things are not looking too great for the side there of Young Thunders. We can still see the blaze here from Gorilla Glue and Influence Rage looking to hold on to the edge of the zone. Meanwhile, Adonis is pushing up further and further, closer and closer, and of course just finding himself within the zone for the current moment, trying to push up the hill. Ultra 6 now coming in with a quick few shots. UAE finding a few through as well. Unknown getting right down to business as well. So many hits now starting to fly right across the zone here as the teams are moving up once again. That map now having the zone shifting off into the distance. We have head upon head trying to find its way up. Gorilla Glue now on the rotation. You can see Zeke rather looking to squeeze on through. But will he be able to secure the position? Influence Rage just up ahead. Things are going to be so tough. Oh, up comes the hits. Down goes Zeke. Beautiful response coming in there. Influence now looking to dominate the top of this ridge. City coming in with a little bit of a sneaky rotation off the side there, trying to push on up. Will he be able to get that grenade sent all the way through? Gorilla Glue now just holding up as well. Up comes the spray. Surly finds it right up into J. Roller Coca, now quickly ducking in behind the hard cover, and down they go. Blackjack now holding on to that southern angle as well. Influence, meanwhile, going to try and push further on through. Spotting out a little bit of rotation, now heading up in the direction as we see the players from Ultra 6 getting ready to move on in. See Gun also just off in the distance there, but will they be able to find it? It is going to be quite the ranged attack, though. That zone, of course, now moving up once again. Let's just try and put it up nice like that. Oop, that one. There we go. You can see that zone now shifting up a little bit further up in towards that northeastern side. Gun beautifully positioned on the edge of zone. Looking a little bit further up towards the north. We can see the players there from the outsiders as well. They're looking pretty decent. Meanwhile, Influence are still going to try and push on through. Coming in from that northwestern side. Adonis, the lone survivor for the side there of Young Thunder. Also just holding on for dear life. He does have quite a bit of opposition in the region alongside him, and only one kill on the board for the team. It is definitely looking pretty tough for them. Also down in towards the south, we can see things looking pretty tough, pretty hairy as Sincerity. And also gets sent right back up in it towards the lobby. Up comes the aggression though. The Rogon's going to try and get that claim on towards Adonis, but he is so quick to react that he finds the hits straight over in it towards Rotary. Rotiart, whichever, that one. One of the players there from the Rogons, but of course now lag. Ooh, that is UAE rather, trying to push on in. The Drogon's taking a little bit of fire as well. Adonis still going to be trying to hold on. We got so much action as these rotations trying to make their way on through. Guns still looking pretty decent over on towards that western side. You can see the sprays now, of course, just flying straight ahead. Oh, down goes UAE. Will Adonis be able to close this one out? No, down he goes, getting absolutely rushed by the Rogons as they make their way on through. Meanwhile, Influence Rage just holding on the opposite end, now looking to put up the fight against the Rogons. Ainsley up with the M24, trying to get those shots straight on in. Right, so it seems like they could maybe be disengaging, heading in the direction of zone. Trying to set a bit of a gatekeep. Right, so Ainsley still just moving in, but Gun just absolutely ripping it up. That side of zone looking so tough, but Ainsley with a beautiful reposition. Now just getting right down to business. Sully comes in with a beautiful spray, but of course it is up to Wonder just up ahead now. Will he be able to hold on? No, they won't. Down they go. Of course, now only 8 teams remain. Gun coming under a little bit of fire themselves, as well as they do have the players from Blackjack now moving in. Shortboy gets taken right on down. It is now up to Pounds to make it count. Will he be able to hold on long enough? Influence Rage also just moving into position. Bounce still trying to find the shots, trying to find the spray. The numbers there from Blackjack, of course, are getting reduced a little bit. Cheddar now just holding up ahead. 1v1 Bounce v Cheddar. Looking to close up the compound as both these teams, of course, are positioned over on towards that western side, rather, of the zone. Meanwhile, the players from Influence are still going to try and squeeze their way on in. We do have Ultra 6 also reduced down to 1. Looking to fight it out on towards that northern position of the zone. Bounce keeping a very watchful eye on towards Cheddar. The grenades are getting sent on through. Outsiders now really taking a little bit of a beating here. Let's see, will Bounce though be able to find the spray, find the hits? Influence Rage now getting ready to move on through. Right, so up comes that rotation now from Bounce as he's starting to make his way in. Meanwhile, the Outsiders are facing a little bit of a challenge of their own as the rushes come on through. Bounce now taking a little bit of damage. Down he goes. Shadow finds the shots, but up comes Light, trying to make it count, trying to make it work. Of course, now having the side of the Outsiders reduced down to only 1. It is up to Wick now to make it work and put the final bit of spray on in. Team Unknown also just up ahead. Riot taking quite a bit of damage here. Down he goes. Zaber and NASA Boy, the two remaining hopefuls, of course. Now up comes the spray on towards Hainsley, just barely getting it done. Really tough position to be fighting it out, but of course that blue zone is closing on in. This is 6 phase. Wex is about to go down. Yes, down he is. Down and done. Makes no sense, but yes, that's exactly what happened. Word for word. Cheddar already now positioned beautifully just on the edge of zone. But as we now move on through to the rest of the teams, we can see the players here from Unknown trying to make a bit of a play, being one of the 3 remaining teams left to try and fight it out. Focusing their efforts onto Scuzzy, and down he goes. And now it is up to Cheddar, up against the side here of Unknown, to try and bring in that winner chicken dinner. We got Zaber and NASA Boy, the 2 remaining hopefuls for Unknown. You see that grenade now getting cooked up there by NASA Boy. Cheddar does have a nice hiding spot, but is it going to be able to work out in his favor? Oh, up comes the grenade. Let's see, is it going to be received well? Oh, it is so close, but not doing enough damage. Oh, NASA Boy now jumping off of the height, taking quite a bit of damage. Cheddar now getting rushed, and down he goes. Well done, well played. What a way to close it out as Unknown bring in yet another winner chicken dinner for themselves, finishing off very strong on 7 kills. So what a push that was. That, of course, being the second chicken dinner for the side here of Team Unknown. Absolutely fantastic. Blackjack finishing up in 2nd position, coming in with 8 kills. We do see the players there from Ultra 6, of course, finishing up in that 3rd place, bringing in 3 kills. Influence Rage finishing up in 4th, as you can see there, finishing on 17 kills. The Outsiders coming in 5th place, rather, with 3 kills on the board. Gun taking that 6th position with 10 kills. Wow. Well, you got to give it also to the players there from Influence. That was just absolutely amazing. 17 kills. That's pretty crazy. Of course, the players here from TheComfyCartel finishing up in 7th place with 1 kill. We got the Drogons over in 8th place. The players from 4KT over in 9th with 1. We got the Rogons taking 10th place with 2. Young Thunder over in 11th with 1 kill. We got the players there from UAE in 12th place with 1. Sincerity over in 13th. The players then from Gorilla Glue finishing in 14th place with 1. NiBBLE Odyssey taking 15th. And G3, the first team back in the lobby, fortunately finishing off with 1 kill on the board at least. So not the most terrible game for them. But what a way to close up our 2nd match, as we now are going to be moving in into our 3rd game. But I got to give it, though, to the teams in this last match. Unknown just holding on to the very end, finding a very decent finish, just outnumbering the players there from Blackjack. And unfortunately, Cheddar wasn't able to hold on and claim that winner chicken dinner. But what a play, what a way to finish it off. And again, Influence Rage finishing off so strong with a very impressive amount of kills getting put on the board. 17 kills. I mean, if we look back to what we saw in the previous match, again, also a really strong performance coming in from the players of Influence. So I'm curious to see just how far they're going to try and push through the games here today. Of course, they didn't have the best placement, finishing off in 8th place with those 5 kills. But still, the consistency really works out, and it seems like they're trying to make a bit of a rush up and towards that pole slot just to maintain and improve the lead. because they started the day off with only 5 points ahead of G3. So I'm curious to see what those leaderboards will look like at the end of the day. But of course, we're going to move up into our next match, which would see us returning right back on to Miramar. So stay tuned and we'll be back right after the break. What's up, guys, and welcome back. We are getting ready to move into our third match. Hopefully I don't choke up in this one. We'll find out soon enough. And of course, everyone has loaded into the lobby. As you can see, the match has just started. All right, so we're going to be waiting for everything to load up and then make our way into this third match, the final one on Murmur here for today. And I'm curious to see who's going to bring it home, because we saw Gun come in with a winner with a chicken dinner. We saw the players there from the Team Unique come in with a chicken dinner as well. So will we see a back-to-back chicken potentially for Unique, or could we see anyone else move up and contest that spot? Of course, we have our standings coming into today, which I'll show you quickly. As we can see right here, of course, the players there from Inference Rage starting off the day right up in pole position. G3 up in second, Blackjack in third, the players from Gun in fourth, NiBBLE in fifth place, DROGON in sixth, Gorilla Glue in seventh, and of course the players there from Team Unknown taking that eighth place. There's obviously been a little bit of movement come in on the leaderboard, but yeah. If you want to get the most recent, most up-to-date leaderboard, be sure to head on over towards the Mettlestate website. Go check it out over there while we wait for the clock to count down. We're currently sitting on about 5 seconds left on the clock, and we're getting ready to move on in. You can see the map. We're getting ready to move, so give me your predictions. Who do you think is going to be the team to bring in the winner chicken dinner as we move straight up into the action? And we can see our flight path coming in all the way from El Pozo, that trailer park region, heading all the way down over in towards Puerto Pareso. So a very decent flight path cutting straight through the middle of the map here. I'm curious to see, of course, where that first zone is going to be popping in. Well, the zone seems to be quite lenient to the players. They could reach into a lot of those drop spots they like to frequent. But obviously spots like Campo Militar up in towards the northeast, as well as Prison all the way down in towards that southwestern side, is going to be just somewhat out of reach of the parachutes. But of course, they can always just jump into a vehicle, fly their butts on over, and get to looting. So now we wait to see what is going to come from this. My speed talking has now kind of run out. Today I'm running quite low on airtime, it seems. You know, my English words running on airtime today. That was a bit of a weird one. But either way, here we are. Waiting to see what the zone will bring. The DROGON's pushing straight up in towards El Pozo. Now it's just a matter of waiting. Ooh, but the DROGON's already starting it off with Sincerity. There we go. Getting right down to business, not even wasting a single moment of time. That, of course, over in towards the power grid. So Sincerity now looking to make a bit of a play, bit of a stand. Not quite sure what's up. Ah, there we go. Right, trying to look over towards Aimbot to see what he's going to show us. We got the map still showing on the corner there. But who's going to be the team to bring it home? That zone, of course, now popping all the way down in towards the south. So it is going to be quite a bit of a rotation to come through for the teams up in towards this northern position. But fortunately, rather, that is only 3 teams. Aimbot, meanwhile, getting knocked right on down at the hand of Dan the Man. The one-man clan. Let's see if we will get it done once again. We've seen a few of the teams be on some pretty good rolls in past seasons. DROGON's currently starting the day off there in 12th position. The grand total of 24 points, so maybe they'll step it up in this match. Bring in a few additional points to the board. Meanwhile, Sincerity, they started off in 14th place with 19 points, so 5 points behind the DROGONs. So it's going to be quite the important engagement for both these teams, if they want to inch their way closer to the top of that leaderboard. The DROGONs, of course, finishing up in 8th place in the previous match. No kills, unfortunately. If we look to Sincerity, they finished in 13th. Also no kills. So it's only placement points in favor of the DROGONs. But now Sneaks, trying to sneak his ways out of this positions. Yes, exactly that. And of course, as we look back onto the map, I see the teams now starting to converge in towards that more centralized portion towards Los Leones. We do have the players from NiBBLE in position, as well as the team there from Team Unknown. But don't be fooled by what you see on the map. They're actually quite some distance apart. But we have the players there from Sincerity now heading a little bit closer in towards Picardo. We can see up in Picardo, of course, the team from Blackjack in position, lying in wait, waiting to see if anyone's going to deliver themselves for consumption. So Young Thunder and NiBBLE over in towards Los Leones, sharing the space with the team there from Unknown. But of course, it is going to take a little bit of time before we get into any of these engagements, any of these major fights, as the teams are still trying to find a decent position in the zone, trying to get that loot phase also sorted. And of course, there's still 2 minutes and 25 seconds or so remaining on the clock. So I have to wait and see exactly at what point teams are going to start getting down to business. But I gotta say, we got some quite a few decent drops already coming through. The team's not having to push up too aggressively. And one of the teams we're going to be looking at, of course, also is the team here from the Outsiders. Now coming in just north of the zone there. Moving up in towards Hacienda del Patron. Up ahead, we do see G3 Temper. As per usual, dropping straight down in towards San Martin. But this, of course, being a very northern position in the zone. Oh, we got 6 guard just up ahead. So Godsend, Kuma Godsend, there we go. Alongside Paulins, Lied and Wick. Let's see what they are going to bring it to the table. See that disengagement coming in from the side of G3. Very fortunate for the players here from the Outsiders. They haven't had any misfires. So G3 completely oblivious. Oblivious to the position of the Outsiders. Oh, so we can see Godsend is so close. Inching his way forward. He's now right alongside Flacco. Sends the spray through. There we go. Nice little bit of an exchange. But of course now 6 guard quick to react. Gets the head straight on up into Godsend. Not quite sure why he jumped into that engagement, being so far ahead of the rest of the team. I think that was a little bit of a mistake. But let's see, maybe they'll be able to bounce back from this one. 6 now quickly trying to get that res up into Flacco. So no major shots just yet. You can see 6 guard now just trying to push up into that res. Shroom up top. Keeping some nice overwatch. So Light managing to get that res back up into his team. And now they're slightly disengaging, but it is a difficult position to play from, as they now find themselves a slight bit of a disadvantage. Oh, here we go. The shots coming in. So Light now keeping a very watchful eye. Meanwhile, we do have the Drogons taking quite a bit of fire there at the hand of Sincerity. To jump straight up into the action to see what is going to unfold. Who's going to be the team to bring it home? We'll keep an eye on the Outsiders as well. But, well, still Sincerity looking to get a little bit aggressive over towards the Drogons. Dan, of course, just up ahead. Ooh, Rogue also now getting exploded. Rogue Wonder. Right on down. We go now, sneaks. Just sneaking on in. Trying to see if they can find that position, find that angle. Good approach coming in from them. It's going to freeze for a quick second. Just giving you a heads up. Let's try and bring it back. Come on. Work. Work. Yes, there we go. Nice. Sneak sending the shot over on towards Ghost, but we do have Respect right there on the front line. Oh, down goes Respect. It is now all up to Sneaks. Will he be able to bring it home? Will he be able to make it work? It is going to be a pretty tough call. The Drogons have the numbers advantage. Up comes the hurt and down goes Sneaks. Rip. Rest in peace right there. Meanwhile, we do have the players from Young Thunder now also facing a little bit of a challenge. They are getting rushed as we do see the players from, I believe, the TheComfyCartel now moving right up onto them. Nico now cooking up that grenade, trying to send it on in defense. TheComfyCartel looking to get a little bit aggressive. Young Thunder looking to hold on. Do you see a 3-1 split actually in favor of the TheComfyCartel here? Curious to see whether or not Broly will be able to bring those shots in. Oh, up comes the spray. Up comes the shots. Broly, of course, now moving around with his M24 in hand. Trying to bring in that off-angle approach. Ungodly just up ahead of him. Meanwhile, Nico's still going to try and find this position. Oh, Nico tries to get Sneak in the process. Oh, Broly, though, sends a beautiful shot on through with that M24 right up into Ungodly. So let's see what Young Thunder's going to do with this position. Are they going to try and rush up for that res? Meanwhile, we do see the players now looking to get quite aggressive. Broly just making his way right over towards Ungodly. And of course, we see Nico moving right on through as well. But up comes the shot. Broly up ahead, M249 in hand. Nice play. Nico just using the ridge. Oh, the rest of the shots now flying straight up in towards 1 IQ. Nico now trying to pull off this res. Broly cooking up the nade, sends it in. Oh, fortunate for them. The aim was completely off, but here they go now, quickly disengaging from the position. Broly keeping a very watchful eye on them, tries to get the shots in. Oh, finds a few of them. There we go. All right, quickly pulling up into the warehouse. But now, of course, the players here from the TheComfyCartel are going to try and rush this. Or potentially. We don't know for certain just yet. But ideally, that is what we would expect to see. They know they've got the numbers advantage. But are they going to try and risk it for those claims, for those kills? Of course, now we're also waiting to see where this next phase is going to be taking us. As we're coming to the end of our first phase, and that zone now shifts all the way down in towards a more southern position, now being inclusive of the coastline. It's definitely an interesting region to find out, as we do still see quite a bit of Los Leones, well, actually the entire Los Leones, being in the play here, in the playable area. So curious to see how the teams are going to try and rotate through this one. We also see the players from Unknown up ahead, positioned near center zone. Of course, not sharing the space with the players coming in from the team of Undisputed AE. So we can see 4KT now coming in over on towards that western side. Rotating up in the direction of the players from the TheComfyCartel. Meanwhile, Undisputed going to be looking to hold on. Ooh, but we could have a bit of a fight breaking out up in the north here between Blackjack and G3. Keeping an eye on that. Once the fight breaks out, we'll jump straight over towards it. Meanwhile, we're going to stay on the players here from Team Unknown. Got a few teams in the vicinity, but actually quite an interesting rotation coming in from Young Thunder as they now head right back almost to the direction in which they were fighting it out with the players there from the TheComfyCartel. But seeing that the zone has recentered itself a little bit further down towards the south, the rotation makes sense. You see them being quite wary of that center zone itself. Still keeping an eye. Ooh, this could be interesting. So Lala up ahead, as we can see there. Oh, there we go. The shots getting sent on over. Lala and Broly just up ahead. A little bit of separation. Nothing major, though, for the side there of the TheComfyCartel. Right, so many teams now coming through with their rotations. 4KT still holding steady. Not budging just yet. We see quite a few teams actually rolling right past them. Right, so Young Thunder moving further down south, as we can see. Team Unknown right behind them. NiBBLE still holding on to the outskirts of Los Leones. We got the Influence Rage moving in. We do have the players there from UAE actually moving into a more northern position. Then, of course, the Drogons right there alongside 4KT. But Gun also now getting ready to move on up. Oh, NiBBLE finds the shot up in towards Unknown. Let's see if we can get up in towards the side there of NiBBLE. There we go. Oop. Vindog. Right on that far side. Willie, of course, now being the player who we see closest to the side of Unknown. Fortunately, he's not alone. Just scouting it out. It's quite a difficult position to be fighting it out in, seeing that there's so many buildings, so many compounds up and towards Los Leones. Of course, the opponents can be hiding in any spot, but Riot now choosing the window. Willie right on point, though, with the head, sends it in. Making the magic happen. But still, a very difficult play for the side of NiBBLE here. They've had success on Miramar before. They're definitely going to be looking to bring it in once again. So Nukes and Willie trying to keep up this front line. Oh, we got Tazik now also moving in. Up comes the sprays. So I'm liking this awareness coming in from the side of NiBBLE. Just trying to push anyone away that could be looking to move into the position here alongside them. But of course, we also have Con and Vindog over onto that opposite end. Meanwhile, Ace gets a nice knock in the butt. Down he goes. You do have the players from 4KT also just down below on that bottom corner of the screen. Cole now keeping a very watchful eye on the church and the players coming in from Ultra 6. Oh, meanwhile, NiBBLE, Con, and Nukes both getting knocked right on down. Vindog coming in with a quick rush over on towards Con, but of course we see Willie now trying to get all the way over on towards Nukes, and this is exactly what I was talking about. It's such a difficult position to play. Focus too much over towards the Los Leones region itself, and you could get third-partied from any angle. Oh, there we go. A little bit of action still happening up ahead. The Drogons now meeting a very painful end as we have the players here from Blackjack getting ready to move on through. Dan the man, the last remaining hopeful. 4 kills on the board for the team collectively. And of course, 2 of those kills being brought in by Dan himself. But will he be able to make a stand against the side of Blackjack Esports as they now get ready to move on in? They still have the numbers advantage. Dan has a slight element of surprise working in his favor. But Dan just slowly waiting to see what is going to happen. That zone, of course, now having shifted up once again. Just making its way further and further down to the south. As we can see it now, just repositioning beautifully. Dan comes out with a beautiful hit up in towards Angie. Almost picks up the confirm as well. There we go. Dan just following on through. Beautifully done. 5 kills on board. Will the Drogons be able to find any more? Oh, Dan now trying to clear his way to get out of this. Meanwhile, that zone, as we can see, just sitting further and further down on towards the south is going to make it so difficult for the teams, especially positioned up into the north here. But up comes the rush in towards Dan as he gets ready to jump out, getting stuck on the windowsill. Not finding a successful rotation or successful jump out just yet. Oh, up they come. Nice spray. Down goes Zane. Will Dan? No, he won't. Oh, Cheddar and Co closes it up. Beautiful finish. Well done. Well played, though. I mean, Dan, yeah, he stuck to his guns. Well done. What a play. What a way to close it up. And, of course, now we see the players there from G3 starting to descend upon the team there from Unknown, causing quite a bit of chaos, quite a bit of havoc. We also have the players here now from Gorilla Glue making their way on in as they move right onto the doorstep of Gun. Gun now being reduced down to only 2 remaining players. They're going to try and make this one work, rather. Pray that the PUBG gods will smile upon them. And of course, Nerf Me comes in with a beautiful spray over on towards Nico. But Nerf Me now getting rushed. Oh, the shots coming in hot on his heels. There we go. Plaza still in the mix. So Gun still... Well, sorry, Gun still sitting on 3 players. Oh, they was just so close together. I only saw 2. But let's see if they can make this one work. Nerf now just trying to sneak his way around. Short Boy coming in with a bit of suppressor fire. Plaza goes down. Nerf now trying to push on through. Zeke now trying to come in on that bottom angle as well. Oh, down goes Nerf. It is up to Short Boy, quickly trying to get the res in, but a beautiful grenade coming in from the side of Zeke as he now moves up, trying to close this one out, trying to get to confirm onto Nerf. Steps up, down goes Nerf. It is now up to Short Boy and Plaza to make it work for the side of Gun. Zeke still pushing forward. We do see Ro is down. Is he going for a little bit of a loot? Risky position, but hey, each to their own. Short Boy still holding on. Plaza just quickly trying to get those health bars back up, but gets knocked right on down at the hand of Broly. Short Boy now trying to get that res in, but of course the pressure is on. See Squeak also just up ahead. TheComfyCartel making it quite uncomfortable for the side of Gun. Short Boy gets the res up into Plaza successfully, but no, they're not out of the cooker just yet. Trying to smoke their way up. Gotta be so careful. Broly just off in the distance. Smart, Short Boy rather trying to come in with a quick scope. He's got that 8 times on his Mark 14. But now just using that opportunity to quickly rotate on through. Up comes Zeke. Almost spotting the opportunity. But he's going to try and focus for that vehicle. Short Boy still keeping a very watchful eye. Strange not to see the players here from Gorilla Glue actually pushing in. I mean, they had so many opportunities to move in and close it up for the side of Gun. But of course, now that zone has shifted up once again, continuing further on towards that east. So curious to see whether or not Gun is going to try and get out of this one. We do see quite a few hits now coming in the kill feed as well. The teams are just facing some pretty tough odds, trying to make it up in towards the zone. So Gun keeping a watchful eye, but meanwhile we do have the players here from the Undisputed AE team looking to stick it to Unknown. Of course, only a few moments left on the clock, and Spiky Boy comes rushing in, sending the hurt, setting the pain straight on through. Meanwhile, G3 gonna try and put the shots over in towards the TheComfyCartel, now returning the favor. But the rest of the lobby still trying to make their way back up in towards the zone, trying to come through with those rotations. It's a nice little bit of suppressive fire coming in as G3 is trying to hold the players there from TheComfyCartel at bay. Not quite sure what Shroom is shooting at. We do see the rotations now coming in from the players there from the TheComfyCartel. Oh, sneak now getting caught in the crosshairs. The shots fly on in. Young Thunder also coming under a little bit of pressure. 4KT looking to move in. So 4KT down below. G3 keeping a very watchful eye on the zone. But of course the zone is definitely now starting to heat up. Young Thunder just up ahead of 4KT. The shots come through. Cole tries to land the hit. Not managing to find it in just yet. But let's see whether or not they'll be able to close it out. Oh, here we go. Cooking up the nade. Getting ready to send it in. Nico just up ahead on the receiving side. Doesn't find the spot just yet. But Mojo, meanwhile, does get taken down. 4KT now turning their attentions over to Zane. As he too gets put right on down. So Zeus now just a little bit further away, trying to close up that southern edge. Blackjack moving on in. We can see Cole now looking to push on up as well. Quick spray coming in from Zeus. Up comes Cole, puts the shots up into Wisco. Oh, down he goes. Nicely played. Cheddar still up for the running. Will he be able to get it done? Beautiful spray comes in. Cole just so on point with the hits, with the paint. Absolutely phenomenal stuff happening right there. Well done to 4KT. Of course, now Cole is going to be looking to secure this position. They still got to contend against the side here of Young Thunder, but up they come. The spray comes through. Cole sends it straight on into Nico. Oh, up comes Ungodly. Back and forth. Ungodly lands the hit, though, and down he goes as Zeus closes it up. Beautiful save coming in here from Zeus. Inference Rage now positioned all the way over on towards that far southern edge of the zone. They do have it quite comfortable. They can now just patiently sit and wait for someone to move in. Meanwhile, we do see G3 now getting pretty close. Oh, taking a little bit of fire as the shots come in. Will they be able to move up into zone securely? Of course, now heading up in the direction of the TheComfyCartel. Not quite sure why, though, as it is a heavily contested region. Still got 10 teams remaining, so everyone's going to be trying to fight it out down to the bone to get those positions, to get those plays coming in. NiBBLE Odyssey also just patiently up ahead, down in the mining region, in the tunnels. Waiting to see if they can sneak their way around. Meanwhile, G3 is still going to try and push on in. So NiBBLE now just coming out of that mine. See 4KT, Influence Rage up ahead as well. It's going to be a pretty risky, pretty tough play for them. Especially with the players here from G3 right behind them. See Buda now looking to move up. Gun in their crosshairs, sending the shots on over. Nukes now trying to pick up the shot on towards Suli. It's quite the congested western side here, rather. Cole now up ahead. Nukes waiting for that opportunity. Oh, misses the one. Gonna try and get the next one to send it on through, but of course the knock comes in towards Storm. 10 teams fighting it out, quite a few of them positioned over on towards this western side, but looking at the sheer size of the zone, it is going to be an absolute challenge to secure a decent position. Nukes now still trying with that car. 98 tries to put it up into Index. Meanwhile, we do see Vindog getting taken down. Oh, Buden actually trying to step it up, but of course now Plaza right up ahead of him. The zone shifting up onto the north once again. So 9 teams, 25 players still alive. Everyone else still trying to squeeze it. Who will be able to secure the positional play though? The outsiders all the way up in towards the north. G3 could potentially look to rotate along that northern route as well. 4KT meanwhile having a little bit of punishment getting sent right up towards them. G3 still trying their best to get up into that position. NiBBLE also just holding on for dear life over on towards that far western side. Gun up ahead of them. It is going to be a bit of a challenge to get in securely. The outsiders now getting pushed as they're caught right on the edge of the zone. Meanwhile, NiBBLE still going to try and get those shots in. I see the outsiders just down below, right up ahead of them. Quite a bit of carnage just lying in their wake. But of course, here we go now. Willie and the rest of NiBBLE going to try and potentially gatekeep Gun as the shots come through. Short Boy takes quite a bit of damage. Plaza now up ahead. Here we go. Willie now trying to make a play. A play. Yes, a play. Ooh. All right, let's see who's going to get it. Short point Plaza, the two remaining hopefuls for the side of Gun. Outsiders still just holding on to their position. Putin also not too far away there for the side of G3. Just a little bit further up north from Gun's position. Meanwhile, we do see Gorilla Glue now coming under quite a bit of fire as the outsiders ascend upon them. The shots come in over towards Gun as Buden sends it in. Quick response coming in from Plaza right over towards Flacco. Also Buden right there alongside him. Oh, finds a few up into Flacco. Blue zone is closing up. Gun now making a quick run forward. Will they be able to get it done though? The shots come in. Oh, Buden comes in with the sprays. Nicely done. A 6 guard closes it up. Beautifully executed. Of course, now G3 trying to make their stand over on towards this far offside. We can see Buden also not trying to move on up that zone, just staying in favor of G3. Let's see if we can move over on towards the players there from Influences. They too are looking to make a bit of a play over on that far side, of course. Not trying to come in the mess up ahead. Outsiders looking to hold on. Of course, we've got the players there from Unknown up ahead as well. It is still going to be quite a bit of a fight. So we can see, oh, Unknown now just getting obliterated, getting sent right on through. G3 now looking to push on up. Buden coming in with the sprays right over on towards the players here from the TheComfyCartel. Up comes the grenades, up comes the mollies. Will it find the spot? Oh, the molly just putting right on the pressure. Lala now just trying to hold on. Will they be able to close this one out? Yes, it comes through and down they go. Beautiful finish. Meanwhile, we see the players from the team here of Influence Rage also looking to get back up into zone. 3 teams remain. It is G3. It is the players coming in from the outside. As oh, a little bit of pain onto the Influence Rage team. English still failing me today. But here we are nonetheless. Index trying to hold on. Buden trying to wrap around, trying to come onto the side of the place here from the outsiders. Outsiders in the top 3. Oh, Surly gets taken right on down. 6 guard sends a beautiful one across, and of course now the shots coming through once again. Index now going to try and stick it right to 6 guard. Oh, but Flacco finds the spray right up in towards him. Will he be able to make it work? No, down he goes. Beautiful play coming in from the side of G3. But Shroom now getting ready to move on up. We got the players from the outsiders, of course, just on the opposite end of the ridge line. 12 kills already in the bag for G3. Oh, down goes Godsend. Borland's now going to try and make a play here. He's the last remaining hopeful. A 1v4 situation. It is going to be such a tough play. Up comes Buden, sends the shots through, gets the confirm, and down they go. G3 come in with yet another winner chicken dinner. Their second one right here, of course, in the lovely Pro Series. And what a way to close it up, coming in with an absolutely phenomenal amount of kills. As we can see there, 15 kills on board. What a crazy way. The second 15 game finish. Of course, the first one going over to the side of Gun, but G3 stepping up and just bringing it home. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Of course, the outsiders finishing up in that second position. As we can see there with 3 kills. We got the players from Influence Rage finishing up in 3rd place. Also finding themselves a very comfortable 7 kills. And of course, we see the players there from the TheComfyCartel over in 4th place with 3 kills. We got Team Unknown over in 5th place with 2. We got the players from NiBBLE Odyssey over in 6th place. We got the Gun team over in that 7th spot with 2 kills. We got the team there, and of course, coming in from Gorilla Glue over in 8th place with 4 kills. We got 4KT securing 9th place, coming in with a very decent 8 kills as well. Then, of course, looking over into 10th place, we've got the players there from the Rogue Gods over in 11th. We've got Young Thunder with 1. We've got the players from Blackjack over in 12th place with 4 kills. Over in 13th, we've got the team there from Ultra 6. 14th place, we have Undisputed AE. In 15th, we've got the team there from the Drogons, bringing in a decent 5 kills, but 15th place. And, of course, 16th, we do see the side there of Sincerity going out with 1 kill on the board. So pretty tough match once again, but we are going to be getting ready to move over into our 4th and final match of the day. But of course, big shout out going to the absolutely insane dominance coming in from G3 in this last match. And now, as we get ready to move back to Erangel once again, I'm curious to see which team is going to be the team to step up and bring in yet another chicken dinner. Will it be one of our previous winner chicken dinners? Or could it be someone completely different? Well, we'll have to stay tuned till after the break to find out who will be the teams to bring it home in the final match. So see you guys after a short few minutes. What's up, guys? Welcome back. We are getting ready to move into our fourth match, which of course would be seeing us heading straight back on over towards Erangel. Currently, there is a strange name in the chat. Not the chat, in the lobby. Wrong side. This one over here. I don't know who that is. It's not a name that I've seen before, so we'll see what happens. Of course, now still waiting on the last few players to join on in so we can jump straight up in towards the action there. Of course, now I think we're just shorting the players there from the Rogods. That is essentially the only team that is still missing, so we don't know what time they're going to join us. Hopefully they do it pretty soon, because we're about to start. So that name really does look a little bit sus to me, if I'm completely honest. Because going through all the screenshots, I do not recognize that name. I have never before in my life seen that name in the Pro Series. So let's see. Yep, definitely. I don't know who this person is, so it's going to be quite easy. We just kick them, like so. It'll reflect now, and then we're going to start. And off we go. All right. So no time to wait. If you're not in the lobby, you had more than enough time. The coach will suppose that. So, either way, we're getting ready to move into this final match. And of course, so far we've seen 2 games come out with two 15-point finishes. That, of course, being our first one, being awarded to the side of Gun. And then our second match actually going in favor of the players there from the ever-lovely G3. So already starting it off pretty aggressively. So I'm curious to see who's going to be the team to bring in that final winner chicken dinner. As we know, it has been quite a neck-and-neck fight. And we got a much better distribution of kills, actually, looking at it today. I mean, today we've had 15, 7, 15 for those 2 pole positions. Also another 15-pointer, I believe, coming in for the players there from Influence in that second match. So quite a bit of excitement awaits us as we get ready to move on through. And it looks like the sun is setting on Erangel. I haven't seen that too often. But of course, give me your predictions in the chat. Let me know, who do you think is going to be the team to clutch it on? We've seen quite a bit of movement coming in between the teams today. And speaking about movement, we can see that thing is happening. The plane is right on top of us. So now as we transition right on through, we can see a very lovely flight path coming in from just outside of Primorsk, heading all the way up to alongside Stolber. It's a fairly decent flight path to start off this final match. So now we wait to see where the teams are going to be dropping, where that first initial zone is going to be forming. And of course, what the teams are going to have for us moving up into this final match. So get your predictions in. Will we see a potential clutch come in from Poland? He was so close to clutching it out in that last one. But of course, you know, it is PUBG. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. But also, tell me in the chat, who do you think is going to be the team to clutch it out of these teams that are participating in PMCO Africa? Give me your predictions. Let me know. 2 weeks to go until we get into some PMCO action. Let us know. Hit me up in the chat. Meanwhile, don't forget your predictions, and if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Leave a like alongside your comment. That way you can stay up to date with all the broadcasts happening right here on the channel. Of course, we see the players there from Team Unknown, as well as the side of, I believe that's UAE. Yeah, that is a UAE heading straight up in towards that Sosnovka military island position. Of course, now Pachinki, Ultra 6 actually going for a little bit of a different change-up. Wow. A little bit of a challenge there. Dropping right there alongside the players from Blackjack, but they are only a 3-man team coming into it. Let's jump straight into the action. We're not even going to wait for that zone to pop on in as Miyagi gets taken right on down. Mojo and Scoozy, the guy from Eurotrip, moving straight on in. We do see Gun and NiBBLE also up in towards Yasnaya, so quite a few challenges coming in here today. Of course, now Miyagi getting finished up, sent right back up into the lobby. Will we see Mojo and Scoozy hold on? Currently just looking to tempt fate. So Unknown as well as the players there from UAE. Also pretty close right on that military base. So 3 potential points of contention. As you got the players from NiBBLE and Gun up in towards Sosnovka. Oh, Yasnaya, sorry. We got the players from Ultra 6 and Blackjack over here in towards Pachinki. So let's actually see if we can put that on screen. So NiBBLE down below alongside Gun, Blackjack, and Ultra 6 currently on the screen. So let's see who is going to be the team to bring it in. Already have that first knock right on towards Miyagi. I don't think we got the Rogods in here today. As we saw, we had that open slot. So they're missing out on this final match. Nuke's keeping a very watchful eye on the players there from Gun. Meanwhile, we do see the players here from Ultra 6 cooking up the grenades, getting ready to send them on through. But will they find the spot? Mojo, oh, just missing the roof there, that ledge. Up comes Scoozy. Oh, the hits come straight on through. Down goes Mojo. Scoozy now just up ahead. Yes, I know the audio's lagging. I'll fix it right now, but let's first get through this fight. Scoozy now getting ready. Up comes Blackjack, getting ready to rush him. Zane right on the front line. Pushing up the staircase. Up he comes. Oh, there we go. Nice shot up into Cheddar. Here we go. Jump shot. Vile down below. Oh, Vile has been waiting there for a little while. Putting the shot straight on through. Beautiful play. To claim some easy points right there. Right, let me quickly try and fix the audio once again. It is gonna lag, like you see right now. And then it should be back in a quick moment. Meanwhile, I am gonna transition over on towards the side of NiBBLE. Over towards, oh, here we go, Yasnaya. They're getting ready to push on in, but of course, now the shots happening all the way over on towards the Sosnovka Island as well as the team from Unknown and UAE are going at it. You see the players here from UAE and Unknown just fighting it out on that Sosnovka Island once again. We'll put this Yasnaya fight over in the bottom corner. The UAE now getting ready to push across that bridge. It might actually be quite an easy rotation for them. Yes, they find the shot into Zeba. He got taken down. But nothing too much really came from that. Ooh, but of course, G3 just on the opposite end of that river. Holding up into that farm region as we know they usually do. Let's quickly see what's happening here with NiBBLE. We got Vindog moving around. We got Willie just up ahead as well. Alright, so a little bit of a passive approach. More calculated play coming in here from the side of NiBBLE. As we now quickly jump up into the map, we can see the team's still fairly spread out, aside from that Yasnaya position. I'm curious to see, though, what is going to happen on this western side, though. We have the players there from TheComfyCartel actually starting to move in. Young Thunder right behind them, and we do have the players from Blackjack also just up ahead. But here we go now, Broly and Co getting ready to rotate in. Going for a little bit more of a southern approach. Let's see whether or not they'll find a decent position. Of course, the path into zone is pretty clear for them. We do have the side of NiBBLE now closing up onto Gun. Still keeping their distance. Not pushing up too aggressively just yet. Curious to see what's going to come from this fight, though. Not quite sure where the audio has gone. There we go. Gun now just moving through. Do have Gun positioned right up ahead. Outsiders, meanwhile, getting pushed by the side of the Drogons. Oh, we can hear those grenades getting cooked on up. So smoke grenades getting sent on through. It is up to Light and Wick now to hold on. The rest of the team now rotating up as well. So we're going to see the Outsiders and the Drogons fight it out. Oh, up comes the first few shots. Down goes Dan. Godsend actually finding the spray right in towards them. Borland's now getting taken down in exchange. Oh, Light now comes up with a beautiful spray as they get ready to push in, and down they go. The Drogons getting sent right on through. Beautiful push coming in from the Outsiders. Great way to close it up, but of course now that is all thanks to the beautiful grenade getting sent in by JR as he blew himself up and sent himself and the rest of his team right on into that lobby. Meanwhile, we do have the players here from Gun now trying to make a bit of a positional play still over in towards Yasnaya. Nothing too crazy just yet. But NiBBLE, in the meanwhile, they've actually disengaged from the Yasnaya. Now pushing further down in towards the zone. Right, so the rotation's still coming through. So Gun now being left to their own. Oh, they spot that opportunity quickly over on towards Con and Nukes. Great call coming in from Nerf Me. Will he be able to close up? Oh, finds one onto Nukes. Right down he goes. And of course, that confirm follows right on through. Con now trying to escape, trying to evade the spray. Oh, just barely getting away. That was such a crazy shot coming in there from the side of Gun. But of course, now we do see Sincerity also rotating through just south of this position, making their way further up in towards the zone. Meanwhile, that zone is still continuing further on towards the west, or the east rather. Blue zone is closing in. So guess to see how far the zone is going to try and push these teams. Is it going to center up a little bit more to the west, or will it continue on that eastern trend? You can see, of course, the teams now all starting to pull on in towards this western side. Well, I can't really expect anyone to go to the west, the east rather, as it's all the way on the side of the map. So it is going to be quite a difficult position to obtain. But we can see the players there from Team Unknown still holding just down onto the south. So now we wait in anticipation to see what that zone is going to bring. And potentially maybe we'll have a few engagements actually breaking out in the meanwhile. We do see Gun moving closer to the side there of NiBBLE. Sincerity also just up ahead, pushing further on towards that eastern coastline. But now it's all just a waiting game, as we can see Con keeping a very watchful eye there, looking to see if he can pick up a few shots. We got a nice spray coming out from NiBBLE as they try to chase away the side of Gun. But Gun now venturing out of that Yasnaya region, just pushing a little bit further out towards the east. Not a major rotation, but we do see the players from Gorilla Glue, of course, now coming in just along that northern ridge. Rotating their way on through right up ahead. Sincerity are looking to reposition closer towards Mansion. Right, so the blue zone is making its way on in still, so we're still yet to see where that next phase is going to be taking us. Meanwhile, we've got the players from 4KT coming in on towards that far western side. A slow push coming in from the players here of Unknown as they make their way on up. Trying to push across the bridge. So, of course, NASA Boy, the first one to cross on over. Right up ahead, we do see the players here from UAE. So, curious to see whether or not UAE is going to try and react to the rush coming through from Unknown. Oh, quite a vulnerable position Unknown finds themselves in. But, of course, UAE just up ahead. Not spotting that position just yet, but now with the shots starting to fly on through, I'm pretty sure that they are 100% aware of the presence here of Unknown. We do have the players here from Gun also now looking to move on through Plaza, now just scouting it out, taking quite a few shots at the hand of the players here from Influence Rage. So low on health. Quickly just getting back into the safety of his team, now looking to apply those meds, but up comes Influence Rage, looking to get quite aggressive right on top of them. Taking up some decent positions a little bit further down on towards the south. Meanwhile, the players there from Unknown just huddling down in towards that fuel station. Here we go, the sprays come through. Gun now being put on a slight bit of a back foot all the way up in towards that northwestern side of the zone. Influence looking quite aggressive though. So curious to see what the side of Influence is going to do and whether or not they're going to try and full send it up towards them or just keep their distance. Meanwhile, we do have the players here from NiBBLE also coming under a little bit of fire. The shots come through. Oh, Trip takes a hit down. He goes. Let's jump straight up in it towards that as we can see the players here from Gorilla Glue now trying to get into a bit of an exchange. Meanwhile, Gun going to try and bring in those rotations, but things are really starting to heat up, especially over on towards that western side. This audio is gone. There it is. It is back. J-Roller continuing with the spray onto the side there of NiBBLE, looking to see whether or not they can close it up, close it in. The outside is getting ready to rush up as well, but of course now NiBBLE now taking quite a few hits as J-Roller comes through with the spray. Oh, UAE and Unknown. Also bringing in a few sprays in the kill feed. So the outside is continuing to push a little bit further down. Gorilla Glue now quickly just trying to stick their strat back together. Trying to get the hurt, trying to get the spray down onto the players there from NiBBLE. Meanwhile, we see the players from Influence actually now pushing right up alongside the team here of G3. Inspector now just scouting it out. Not pushing up just yet. They're looking to strengthen this position over towards the shelter here. Ooh, Unknown and UAE still fighting it out all the way down into the far south of that zone. Ooh, Unknown now being reduced down to only 2. Up comes the players here from UAE getting ready to move in. Tazik now looking to see if he can find some closure. Oh, NASA Boy taking a little bit of damage. Nice little echo there. Unknown and Riot being the 2 remaining hopefuls. Will they be able to get it done? Oh, down goes Tazik. And with that, UAE get eliminated. You can see, of course, now quite a bit of congestion happening further up in towards the zone as we jump straight back up into the players here from Influence Rage. We're keeping a very watchful eye on the players there, of course, from the side of G3. Meanwhile, we do have the outsiders still looking to hold on. Players from Blackjack applying a little bit of pressure to them. Inspector now just inspecting things out. Quite a lot of waiting coming in. Meanwhile, we do have the players from Gun actually pushing up onto the team here from Gorilla Glue. Zeke now quickly trying to move that vehicle up, trying to establish a good position, but of course, a few hits are getting sent over into the side of NiBBLE there as well. And see, will they make it out of this one? It is now all up to Zeke to try and hold on for his team. Rotating around that prison position. Oh, MG finding a quick shot over towards the influence range there. Hainsley getting knocked. The shots now still flying straight on through. MG continuing with the efforts. Trying to get it up in towards the shelter index. Now quickly trying to disengage, just reposition, get back up into some hard cover. Of course, now that is forcing them back up into the underground. To Influence Rage now just trying to find that play. 4KT also just up ahead. Vile has been knocked right on down as 4KT come through with the shots. Index sends the shot straight over on towards Flacco and the rest of the team there from G3. So still quite a cautious approach coming in here from Influence. Nothing too overly aggressive, just trying to find the angles in all those different positions. But of course that zone is about to move on through once again. This western side is looking so heavily congested. So many players in the vicinity. And of course now that zone has shifted up once again. Centering up quite nicely. Yet again over on towards the west. So this is where the pressure is going to be on now. We still have Gun and the players there from Gorilla Glue having to rotate in from that eastern side. But looking at the zone itself, this is going to be quite the challenge, quite the pressure point. We have 4KT already positioned with end zone. We've got the outsiders, we've got Blackjack, we've got the players from Influence Rage G3, we've got the team there as well from TheComfyCartel, and then also Young Thunder. Quite a few teams already set up within the zone. But Blackjack now looking to mobilize themselves. We do have Sincerity rotating up from the north. Still a very tap and go kind of play we see coming in here. 4KT meanwhile closing the gap towards the players there from the outsiders. Index still frantically scanning for that position. Ooh. Sincerity getting ready to move on in. Rotating right in between the players here from Influence Rage. As well as the team there from Blackjack. Oh, up comes the hits. Up comes the shots. Trying it to evade the hurt, the pain. But of course now here we go. Sincerity Rogue Baby comes crashing in. Oh, that is quite the rip. Sneak getting blown up in the process. G3 now going to be looking to capitalize on the chaos as well. So several shots now flying up in the region here. Everyone going to try and get those shots in. Of course, Respect puts it right up into Buden. Still have Griff now just holding on to the edge of the opening here. Meanwhile, we see 4KT looking over to the players from outsiders. Looking to see if they can find any sprays, any points. Sincerity also just holding on to that shelter position. But it's still heavily congested, heavily contested. So my team's going to be looking to try and secure a decent position within this. And of course now, if Sincerity actually venture further through the shelter here, they could come out the other end right alongside the players there from Influence. But of course, Cole keeping very watchful eye. Looking to see if he can spot that opening onto the outsiders. Still quite a challenging position to play from. Oh, spots the movement. Alright, so 4KT just holding on. Outsiders just sticking to their position. Not looking to get out of it just yet. Meanwhile, Sincerity also just looking to fortify their hold here. G3 also just sharing the space, but will we see Cole put the shot straight on through? Come on. Oh, there we go. The trigger discipline coming in from Cole, waiting for that opening, that opportunity to present itself. Beautiful moment to strike, of course, sending the paint straight on into the outsiders. Up comes that full send, moving right on in. 4KT now getting ready to rush. Let's see if they'll be able to close this one out. Oh, moving up towards Ballins. The first one comes through onto Wix. 4KT now just holding down below. Oh, Godsend trying to send it over, but down he goes. Takes quite a bit of damage. Ballins right here now on the staircase. Waiting patiently to see if anyone's going to try and dare venture up into the compound. But meanwhile, the shots still just erupting down below as 4KT get ready to push, get ready to rush. Ballins now, oh, Just listening to his teammate get absolutely obliterated. Ballins comes in with a bit of a rush, tries to push on through, but 4KT pronto just closes it up and off goes the outsiders. You can see that zone, of course, now having shifted up once again, continuing a little bit over on towards that northeastern side. But we have the Blaze here from TheComfyCartel also now trying to third party this whole fight. Oh, they find the first one through as Lala sends it up straight up into Zeus. This is looking pretty tough for the side of 4KT now. Will they be able to make a bit of a comeback from this? We still have 3 players remaining, still yet to find a position up in it towards the zone. Meanwhile, we see the players here from Blackjack and are also improving their position, just heading a little bit further up in it towards the zone. Gun sitting quite comfortably all the way over in towards that northeastern side. But it's still looking pretty tough over towards that shelter region. NiBBLE coming through with a quick few hits over on towards the players there from Young Thunder. Unknown also making their way on still up in towards the zone. We can see NiBBLE now getting ready to pounce. Unknown just sneaking their way on through. Rotating along that southern edge. But here we go. Unknown. Now just pushing in. Just barely squeezing into the southern edge of the zone. Got Young Thunder atop the hill. And the players, of course, from TheComfyCartel just down below. So this will be NiBBLE needs to be quite careful in this position. Ooh, up comes the shots, the spray, down goes Riot. It is now up to NiBBLE to make the final play for Team Unknown. Pushing further up, we see the team there from G3. So this is once again where NiBBLE needs to be so careful with this rotation. Everywhere he goes, there is someone waiting to welcome him in. Of course, none of the shots coming through. NiBBLE also getting eliminated. Gun getting ready to move up as well. Coming in from that far eastern side. Oh, NiBBLE now right under pressure. Trying to blow the vehicle up. Trying to get that additional bit of hard cover. That zone is going to shift up once again. Now moving even further over in it towards that northwestern side. So NiBBLE just barely outside of zone. But of course, we can see the players there from 4KT also about to get into a bit of a fight. Holding on to that southern edge. Young Thunder making their own way towards the zone. But first, they're going to try and clear it up here with 4KT. Will they be able to pull it off, though? It is going to be quite a bit of a challenge. Oh, 4KT finding one up into one IQ as well as Ungodly as those grenades come straight on through. It is up to Nico and Superior now to just hold on for the team. Nice grenade getting sent on through there by the hand of Superior. Nico now trying to find a quick spray up in towards Pronto. Up comes Zoe and the rest of the team. Oh, the shots come in. Superior in a beautiful position. Nico trying to find his way on in as well. Comes in with a nice few confirms. And now, of course, it is up to Pronto, the last remaining hopeful for the side of 4KT to bring it home. Will he be able to just get these final few kills in? Because they still need to reposition all the way back up in towards zone. Only a few seconds remain on the clock. The hurt, the pain, straight into Nico. Oh, up it comes. Quick duck in behind the rock, and he finds the blow. Down goes Superior. What a play that was. Fantastic shooting coming in by the hand of 4KT. But of course now, as we look back onto the map, we can see the teams all looking still to reposition back into safety. Find a decent spot up in towards the zone as Team Unknown gets sent on through. And now we have the players from Blackjack moving closer onto the team. They're from Influence Rage. But Gun coming up with a few shots of their own all the way over on that far eastern side. This is where Influence now need to try and hold on as they take quite a bit of punishment. The vehicle getting lit up. A beautiful play coming in from the side of Gun. Plaza still continuing with his spray. Influence now just holding on for dear life. Blackjack right here alongside them. 4KT actually trying to make a quick rush up in it towards zone, but it is quite the costly push for them as Cole gets taken down. It is now up to Bronto. Bronto is so low on health. Players here, of course, from the side of Influence Rage trying to make their way through the underground to get back up in towards zone. Bronto still having quite a few shots flying in towards his vehicle. Currently using it for hard cover. But for how long will he be able to hold this up as the vehicle could explode at any point? Gun so relentless in their efforts as they continue to push on through. There we go. Bronto quickly blowing it up. G3 finding a quick spray across over in towards the players. And of course, Gun step on up to close it out for 4KT. G3 now just positioned on towards that southern edge of the zone. Quite a few teams up ahead. 6 still remain. 21 players still alive. But this is where the zone is looking so favorable for the side of Gun. They have that eastern edge. Cheddar up ahead. The shots come through. Flacco just sends it in. Flacco and Buden finding that first knock over in towards Blackjack. We can see the rest of the team now looking to push on through. Sincerity still to make that rotation back up in towards zone. Caught on the far western edge. Meanwhile, Influence Rage keeping a very watchful eye on that shelter opening. G3 just taunting them, waiting outside. Up comes a grenade. Index quickly moving back. Sincerity now just getting lasered as the shots come through. Flacco sends it in. There we go. A few more hits come in. The blue zone has caught up with Sincerity. Now their health bars are going to start dropping down quite a bit. Seeing that this is the 6th phase. But now the pressure is on DROGON, trying to quickly rush back up into that zone, trying to find the possession. But of course, the spray coming on through as they rotate on in. The hits, the pain, the blue zone comes up. The players here from Influence now trying to step on in. Down goes Index. It is up to Sudi to make the final play. But of course, he can't hold on. He can't make it work. And down he goes. 4 teams now left to fight it out. Flacco now just trying to inch his way forward. Trying to get back up into the res there. So many teams just positioned up ahead. Will they be able to pull it off though? Blackjack also just off in the distance. They too have a few wounded players on their side. But of course now this is where Gun is looking to capitalize on it. Zane now looking to push on through. 3 players up and ready to fight. MG of course now just getting rest on up. Flacco still keeping a very watchful eye off in the distance. See the players here from TheComfyCartel also now just trying to strengthen rather their hold in the zone. Position down in towards the south, but up comes Blackjack getting ready to push on through. Cheddar trying to put a bit of a spray on in. Sends it over on towards Lala. Squeak now on the opposite end, quickly trying to cook up that Molly, sending it into the smoke. Trying to clear up that defensive line, but Lala does get knocked out. 6 God sends it in. TheComfyCartel, oh, just getting absolutely pressurized. The shots continue to fly on through. Squeak now looking to hold on for dear life. The shots come in and down goes Squeak. Beautiful play coming in here from Cheddar. But of course now Cheddar looking to push further through. 13 kills on the board for Blackjack. 5 for the players of G3. And of course it is the final 2 teams left to fight it out for that winner chicken dinner. It is going to be a 2v4 fight to the finish. 6 God putting a quick few shots on through. Shroom taking quite a bit of damage, slowly bleeding out. Flacco getting hit as well. 6 God is so low, but down they go. What a way to close it up. Blackjack come in with the final winner chicken dinner at 16 kills on the board. Absolutely insane finish. And of course, the players there from G3 holding on to the very finish, till the very end. Whew, I can't English today. Bringing in a very comfortable 5 kills. So what a way to close it up. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Insane plays. And man, it has been such an entertaining day. The players there from TheComfyCartel taking that 3rd position with 1 kill on the board. Gun finishing up in 4th place with 8 kills. And of course, we got Sincerity coming into 5th place. The team there from Influence Rage in 6th with 1 kill. Got the team there from 4KT over in 7th with 7 kills. And of course, Unknown taking 8th place with 4. We got the players there from Young Thunder coming into 9th place with 2 kills. We got the team there from NiBBLE Odyssey over in 10th place. We got the players from Gorilla Glue over in 11th place with 2. Then, of course, the Outsiders over in 12th place with 3 kills. We got the players then from UAE in 13th with 2 kills. The DROGON's taking 14th. And, of course, Ultra 6 coming into 15th place. Woo. So there we go. There we have it. That, of course, is our final match of the day. And what a day it has been. We've seen a chicken dinner come in from Gun with 15 kills. We've seen Unknown bring one in as well in our second match with 7. Then, of course, G3 claiming their chicken dinner in the third match with 15 kills as well. And Blackjack closing the day off with 16 kills alongside the final chicken dinner. G3, of course, coming so close to almost getting a back-to-back chicken dinner. But absolutely insane games once again today. And I'm quite excited to see what our final week has in store, as the teams are going to be fighting it out for the final time next week. The final 4 matches coming in, and after which we'll be crowning our winner of Season 9 for the Bro Series. So absolutely fantastic games today, and of course, as I've mentioned, looking forward to tomorrow. So be sure to join us back again next week. Same time, same place. And of course, it is going to be the finals. So see you guys back again. Stay safe. Have a fantastic week. See you all later.